Yes. Well, hey guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to TeeTekTrab. Yes, again, that is TeeTekTrab signing in with another gameplay streamio. Just kidding. It's not actually a streamio. This is a tier list maker. And of course, this is your first time watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitch. Check me out. Twitch.tv/TeeTekTrab, where we'll be doing all the Fall Guys stuff. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. We are on our way to 100 subscribers. And if you could subscribe, that actually help me out a lot. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, what, the new seasons have been out for about, like, what, 7 days, 8 days, maybe less, maybe more. Yeah, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about some of our favorites. And by let's, I mean listen to me talk about my favorites. Yeah, take a look at this. Check me out. We got, what is it, Hexa ring, we got blast ball, we got bouncy, what is it, bouncy towers, we got speed circuit, the Swiveler, track attack, and volleyball. And I'm gonna rank these from S, A, B, C, and just nope, because some of them are that, just nope. If you guys remember what track attack is, this is what it was. You pretty much run, you start off right here, jump all the way down, and it's just one race, and I like it. I love it. It's, for me, it's one of the best games, in the season, the best new games in the season, and it reminds me a lot of Mario Kart. I'm sure it does remind you guys of that too. So with that being said, I'm gonna put track attack at the best game in the season. I give it an S. I'm giving it S tier. S tier because it's excellent. S tier for track attack. That's right. Bop. There we go. Don't mind the stream overlay. Twitch.tv/TeeTekTrab. But yeah, speed circuit reminds me a lot of the same one before. What was it? Track attack. Same one. It's a race. You got these rings that you run through. I can't really pit the two against each other like that because they're both really good tracks. I like them. The only thing about this one is, if I had to, it has too many of those like rotatey kind of floaty things that'll get in your way. It's a little bit too many of those, but honestly, it's a race level. How are you gonna? And it's got Mario Kart speed boosts. It almost has drifting. I wonder if they're gonna put drifting in the next season. But yeah, that's great. It's great. It's one of my favorite tracks. I can't even pit the two against each other. So with that being said, come on, you know. Speed Circuit's got to go up there. It's got to go up. Nah, not a B. It's an S rank. These are two banger tracks. You got bouncies, you got running, you've got speed boosts. You're always trying to hit your best time. New thing. Also, let's keep it real. We're starved for content. We were starved for content up until this point. And yeah, the fact that we got more, it feels great. I love playing it every day so far. The burnout hasn't happened yet. All right, so who else we got? Let's go to the. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be loving all of these. Let's go to something. Let's just go to Swiveler. Why not? Let's see what the Swiveler is. Yeah, the Swiveler is just pretty much you trying to run away from this fan that is catching up to people as it goes around on a track, and you are running around on this track. You're jumping over those little beamular poles. I guess beamular, is that a real word? Beamular poles. You've got the spinners, and you've got people running alongside you. Pro strat time. If you feel like you're gonna fall off, definitely grab somebody. Give them a little grief so that way you won't hit the slime. They won't be mad. I assure you, they'll actually enjoy it. People love being grabbed in this game. Nah, just kidding. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. If that's it, looks there it is, survival right there. You see that? So definitely run around. I don't hate it. It's very fast. It's not 100% dynamic. It's almost like it's pretty much a variation of the other spinner levels, Jump Showdown and those other jump things. But in this case, you got to keep running, which I like. I got to be honest with you, I really like. The only thing about it is if I could take a jab, because it's not. By the way, it's not real jab. It's just it's not a lot of dynamic variations going on, at least in this level. But so far, it's a solid, good game. It's short. It's very short. It is fun. So I'm between a B and an A. A B and an A. I'm not sure as to which one I had. It's not bad because I've given these two track attack and speed circuit S ranks, but honestly, the Swiveler isn't bad. It's just a couple of those things. It's a very short one, so I might give it a B. I'm gonna sit it at a solid B, but it's a very good B. If I could give it a B plus, I would. But seeing as this is the list that I made, it's just gonna be a B. I mean, let's try Hexaring, right? Let's give Hexaring a shot. Hexaring is this: how to play. Stay on top of the rotating ring of the tiles to win the crown. And this one is pretty much like roll off, but instead it's made of hexes. It's an interesting idea. It's an interesting final. It's frantic. The tiles will knock you off as people run across you, so you got to be careful. Some people try to run in front of you, and I've done it myself. These tiles, these hexagonal tiles, have these weird physics where it'll bounce you off really quickly, and you'll be hitting the slime in no time. So you really want to just stay on top of your game and make sure that you remember where you ran. And if you were trying to run out other people's tiles, just make sure you know where your safe spot is. Yeah, that's pretty much Hexaring. I've won quite a bit of them, but I've also lost some too. It's not bad. It's a solid game. It's a solid game. I'm gonna rank it against other finals. So I'm gonna see if I can rank it against Fall Mountain, rank it against Lost Temple, rank it against Hexagon, which is another one, rank it against Thin Ice, rank it against all those things. In terms of a final, it's, to be honest, now that I think about it, it's kind of lackluster. Maybe it's because it's not bad. It just doesn't have that. I don't know. I mean, what constitute a good final anyway? It really is about preference. I think everybody has their own final that they really like, and they have their own finals that they really hate. Again, like I said, I think I win most of these. Not bragging at all. This is just what I find myself not struggling too hard to win these so far. I even timed out one of them, and honestly, it's okay. It's all right. It kind of lacks that, again, that depth, that dynamic. Maybe another random situation. I don't know. Maybe you put some cannons in there. Maybe you put some fruit cannons in there to make things a little bit more hype. You know. Hexaring is okay. It's fine. It's a fine thing, and I would give it a C, but C is so close to nope that I don't want to do that to them. It's a solid B. It's a solid B. Solid. Not bad. Just not great. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that, whoa, you're not screaming, you're not jumping, you're not shouting. That excitement factor. It's just like, oh my god, I fell in the slime. It's okay. It's fine. Oh my gosh, I won. It's fine. All right. Let's go to the next one, and that is Volleyball. Pretty much just you knocking the ball around. You want to get the other player out. You have this ball floating slowly from side to side, and you or your teammates have to knock it into the other. Pretty much volleyball, excuse me, but without the quickness. The ball can be very slow from time to time, so you have to really, it's a slow game. So you have to really be very mindful of where the ball is at all times. Be mindful of the rings on the floor, and try to psych each other out, maybe by hitting the ball into the wall, or hitting it right almost as it hits the net, to try to psych them out, make the other person think that you're not going to hit it, but then you do. I expected the ball to be a bit faster. You know, obviously, it seems to me that they were playing Super Mario Odyssey, which is great. It's a great game. Every 3D Mario game is a great game. It just ranks in terms of what people's preferences are, but I think all of us will agree that there hasn't been, especially if you're a 3D Mario fan, sort of, if there's been a bad 3D Mario game, that just doesn't exist. I don't think it exists. I thought it would get like faster as time goes on, which would be, again, turn up the senses, heighten the excitement. That's one of the things. To be honest, when I first played it, I didn't really know what to expect of it, and even then, the only time it gets more exciting is if you're playing on squads or even duos, and that's when it gives it that dynamic where there's 2 balls falling, and then you guys kind of have to trade off strikes against the other team. It's okay. It's fine. I don't get excited about that. I don't get excited even if I'm winning. That's how you know if a game is like doing its job. Like, okay, if you're winning and you're just meh about it, it's like, okay, this is not the game that is, oh my god. But yeah, they need to add another layer of excitement. They need to make this thing go fast. Make sure the gravity is maybe the gravity gets more and more intense with every hit, something like that. There's more to be done. I feel like Volleyball is not cooked all the way. So with that being said, I'm gonna give Volleyball a C, our first C of the tier list. And to be honest with you, that's not bad. That's not bad. All of these, we're almost there. We're almost through, and I've given out 1 C. It's fine. It's not terrible. It doesn't make me want to tear my hair out. It's just boring. There, I said it. It's boring. Honestly, it could slip into the nope category. Ask me in another week or so. It might have slipped down into the nope category. Alright, so we're coming down to our last 2. So I'm gonna rank Bounce Party. You're pretty much trying to jump through the rings as they come out of this sort of teleporter TV screen dimension. I don't know where they're coming from. It's really interesting, but the concept of it coming out is interesting. But yeah, you got some parts that are bouncy of the level and some parts that are not, and it is your job to angle your bean into the hoops. The blue and red ones are worth 1 point, while the red and orange ones are worth 2 points. And that's pretty much the game. You bouncing around, making sure you don't fall off the platform. If you have to fall off, you got to use the fans to get up on the side. And that's it. They float pretty at a steady, slowish pace. And the thing about this game is it's not terribly exciting. There's lots of what people call desync, which means that you bumping into each other, knocking yourself as well as the other being off course. And on top of that, what makes matters worse is that if you touch somebody, chances are you're going to lose your height bounce, which means you have to bounce on it 2 or 3 times to get maximum height. I almost forgot. Yeah, the more you bounce on a platform, or the more consecutive bounces that you get on the orange bouncy springs, the higher you fly, the higher you get. The only thing about that is, if you're knocking into each other, you're gonna lose your bounce, which means it's almost as if you bounced on the thing only 1 time instead of several times. So that's, I guess, one of the things. The one thing that this is kind of a saving grace, is that they decided to put platforms through it. Hopefully they continue to put more things in it. Heck, put a freaking cannon out there, or sit the cannon behind the teleporter and have that thing launch some freaking fruit at people. Just go nuts, go crazy. Stop being safe with it. To be honest, out of all of them, this has to be the duddiest one. It's a dud. It's a dud. It's not a dud, but it's the most disappointing. It's well undercooked, and hopefully they take on some suggestions, do some more stuff. It's the first nope. The first nope of the tier list. It's honestly, to be fair, this is pretty darn good. Out of all of them, this is probably my least favorite level. I've never not qual. I think I've not qualled once, and I've played this minigame maybe 20-ish times, and I've only not qualled once. I'm not. Oh no, I'm not bragging. But again, I'm talking about fun factor. It's like sometimes you can say, oh well, the reason why you don't like the game is because you're bad at it, or you're not good at that game. No, it's not. That's not it. It's just you yawn. It's boring. You don't want to play boring games, even if you do win at them, because you want that excitement factor. That's why I think Fall Guys shines, is when it's excitement. It's random. I know a lot of pro players don't like random, but it helps. It really helps. It helps everybody, in my opinion. It helps. And that unpredictability, that's what makes it entertaining to watch. And Fall Guys is a game to watch. You don't actually have to be. That's one of the things I love about Fall Guys. You don't have to actually be into Fall Guys to be a watcher of Fall Guys. It says everybody's having fun. The players and the watchers. Everybody's having a good time. But yeah, this is one of the times I'm not having a good time when I'm playing it. And to be honest, I'm not having a great time watching it. So with that being said, Bounce Party is going to get a nope in my book. And we're going to move on to the very last game of the tier list. And this one, oh my gosh, it's this Blast Ball, the final round. And I got the screenshot up for you guys right now. Avoid the falling floor and throw the blast balls at your opponent to win the crown. This has got to be probably the best final that they've come up with out of all 6 seasons. This 7th season, or free-for-all season 1, SS1, whatever. Season Symphony, whatever. This has got to be the best, most exciting final that they've ever had. Couple of things. I mean, I just read the description. The floor is falling. You've got dodgeballs, but not dodgeballs, they're blast balls. These balls explode when you get close if you're touching them. Sometimes they have a crazy fuse where it's like an unpredictable fuse, or sometimes it explodes before you think it's supposed to. It's not flashing rapidly, it just bam, it explodes. People are tossing balls, they're rolling balls, they're holding balls, trying to angle each other off, and then sometimes they just throw the ball down and try to push each other off. It is pandemonium, and that's why it is a great final. They really did it. They really outdid themselves this time. Blast Ball has got to be #1 final. I like it more than Fall Mountain. I like it more than Lost Temple. I like it more than Hexa Ring. I like it more than Hexagon and the roll off, roll out. This has got to be the best final they have ever come up with, now that I think about it. And obviously, with me gushing all like that, I'm going to give it an A tier. Just kidding. No, I'm going to give it an S tier, obviously. Now, if you look at our chart, we've got 3 into S tier, nothing into A tier, 2 into B tier, 1 just a 1 to C, and 1 is a nope tier. To have 3 in the S tier, these are my favorite. I really enjoy them. Now, if I had to just choose one S tier, it would be Blast Ball. It would easily be Blast Ball. It could be this. Oh geez, it could be this. But even so, thinking about the context of all of the games, all of the seasons from season 1 all the way up to season 7, they all deserve it. All 3 of these deserve S ranks because there's nothing like them thus far. The speed rings, the bounciness, these are action-packed, high-flying, launching the beans into the air races. And it's great. It's a great time. It's a fun time. It's great to watch. It reminds me of Mario Kart. If you're copying off of Nintendo and Mario Kart or any kart game, you're doing something right. And Fall Guys is doing it right now. I don't have any complaints. Not many. Yeah, they get a couple of glitches here and there, but I gotta say, this is probably the best season, the most solid season thus far. They took out mandatory team games. Thank God they listened to us. Mandatory team games are out. If you want a team game, squad up with your buddies, and I do that, and it's a blast. It's a blast ball. All right, but yeah, there goes my tier list. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Check me out on Twitch. What do you guys think? Did I get it wrong? Is there something that doesn't belong? Do you think Blast Ball is a nope tier? Do you think was it Bouncy Party is an S tier? Let me know in the comment section below. And I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to TeeTekTrab. Yes, again, that is TeeTekTrab signing out with another gameplay video tier EO. Yeah, that's right. Check out my game, Super Powerball. What else I got? Slime Chasers. All that stuff in the description. I'm just working on a game. Maybe if we get it to 1,000 subscribers. Maybe if we get it to 1,000 subscribers. Maybe if Epic doesn't shut me down, maybe I can make a Fall Guys fan game of my own. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'll do it. Don't challenge me. I said I would do it, but I need your support. Feel free to subscribe, y'all. But yeah, other than that, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.